So in some problems, like these ones up here, you'll have a model to look at and you can see and you're able to count all the pieces to change between an improper fraction and a mixed number. But that isn't always going to be the case. So what we're going to do on the bottom of this page is we're going to practice changing from improper fractions to mixed numbers using just the fraction. There's a couple of ways that you could do that, and it just depends on how you want to do that. Okay, there's one method that I kind of showed you all the other day, and it absolutely works, but the problem is that it does take up a lot of room. So I'll show you with this one, okay? Because this is a really good example of when it will take up lots of room. Yes, Bella?
Where is that page?
It's in the math packet. The packet you're looking for says week 5 fraction representation.
Okay.
So I showed you yesterday when we were talking about these. One of the ways that you could figure out what mixed number you have is kind of like using dots and making groups. I told you that absolutely works. You can absolutely use it, but once you start having bigger numerators, it takes up more time and more space. I'm going to show you with problem 5. 48 out of 12. I'm going to change from this improper fraction to a mixed number. I'm going to start off by drawing 48 dots. This is part of the reason why I told you don't want to rely only on this method. It will take time and it will take space, but let's go ahead and try it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. So there's my 48 dots. Now, I'm going to use my denominator, 12, and I'm going to be putting them into groups of 12. So every time I count 12, I'm going to circle them. So I know that I have one whole. I've got 12 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. So these are one group. That's one whole. It's got 12 pieces in it. I can see I still have a lot of dots left. I'm going to see if I can make another group of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, there's a second group. I can see I still have a lot of dots left here. So I'm going to try to make another group. Violet, make sure you're following along in your paper, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Got another group. Okay, I still have some dots. I'm going to see if I can make another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just barely. So I was able to make one whole, another hole, another hole, another hole. Altogether, I was able to make 4 whole groups. 4 groups of 12. I didn't have any pieces left over, so my mixed number would just be 4. There's no fraction left. So again, does this method work? Absolutely. But when I have numbers like 48, I don't want to be stuck on a math test drawing 48 dots. Or if they give me bigger numbers, 60, if they give me a number in the 70s or the 80s, I don't want to be stuck drawing 80-something dots on a math test. Especially when there's another way that I could use to figure this out. One of those ways is actually using our number songs. We're going to try that on the next one. Problem 6. 13 out of 2, or 13 halves. We didn't have a song for the number 2 because the pattern is short enough and it's easy enough for us to remember that we don't need the song to help us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start writing my 2's. Okay? If I get 13 or if I get past 13, I'm going to stop. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And I'm going to stop there. I didn't get 13, but I did go past it. I'm going to cross out that 14 because that's too much. Let's see how many groups of 2 I was able to make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 groups of 2. But I didn't get 13. If I don't get my number, that means I'm going to have something left over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at that last number, 12. And I'm going to use subtraction. I'm going to take my numerator, 13, and I'm going to take away the biggest number I had, 12. 13 minus 12. If I did 13 minus 12, who can tell me what would I end up with? What would my answer be? Kylie, what would my answer be for 13 minus 12?
1.
1. We saw on those other problems, if I want my improper fraction and my mixed number to match, they need to use the same denominator. So I'm not going to change my denominator. It was 2 before, it's going to be 2 afterwards. But my numerator is going to be 1, because that's how many pieces would be left over. So my mixed number would be 6 and 1 out of 2, 6 and 1/2. So we do have this method using the number songs. We've gone over most of the number songs, but like the 12s, we haven't gotten there yet. Some of us might remember the 12 song from last year, and if you do, that's absolutely fantastic. But if you don't remember the number song, there's another method you could use. Nakai, put it away, sir. I'm going to show you that other method on problem 7. Now, I know the 5s we've gone over. We've done, again, there's not a 5 song because the pattern is simple enough for us to remember. But I'm going to use that other method here. Always pay attention to the denominator. My improper fraction is 17 out of 5, or 17/5. I'm going to try using this other method. This next method is just subtraction. All you're going to do is you're going to keep subtracting your denominator until you can't subtract it anymore. So I'm going to start with 17. That's my numerator. And I'm going to subtract my denominator, minus 5. Who can tell me, what is 17 minus 5? Jadine, what would I get? 17 minus 5.
11.
Close. Let's go step by step. What's 7 minus 5?
Wait, is it 11?
Not 11, but it is close. What's 7 minus 5?
Oh, 12.
2. And then we have the 1 over here. So 12. Okay. 12 is still bigger than 5, right? If 12 is still bigger than 5, I can still subtract. So I'm going to subtract again. 12 minus 5. What is 12 minus 5? What would I get? If I had 12 and I took away 5, what would I end up with? Noah.
7.
7. All right. 7 is still bigger than 5. So I can subtract again. 7 minus 5. What is 7 minus 5? Okay?
That's why I typically don't wear them out.
Get 2. Finally, I get an answer that is smaller than 5. 2. Okay. So here's how you use this method. You keep subtracting until you finally get an answer that is less than your denominator. Okay? Then you can put your mixed number together. First thing, I know what my denominator is. My denominator is 5. It's not going to change. Second thing I'm going to do, I'm going to figure out what the whole number is. The whole number is however many times you had to subtract your denominator. So I subtracted 5 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. So my whole number is 3. Your numerator is whatever number you ended up with. Whenever you stopped subtracting, whatever number you had, whatever your answer was, that is your numerator. Since I ended up with 2, my numerator is 2. So my answer would be 3 and 2 out of 5. Now again, all of these methods work. Drawing the dots works. Using the number songs works. Using subtraction works. It all just depends on which one works best for you. The one I would suggest that you do not stick with is the dots. Again, not because the dots doesn't work, but because when you get big numbers, it takes you a lot longer to figure out your answer. So if I had to make a suggestion, I would say either pick this method where you write the number songs, or use the subtraction method, whichever one works best for you. We're going to practice some more, and I'm going to try the number song one again. We did the 8s just last week, so it should be pretty fresh in our mind. My improper fraction is 39 out of 8. So I'm going to start writing my 8th song, and I'm going to stop when I either get the number 39 or I go past it. 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. 40 is too much. Let's see how many numbers I was able to make, how many groups I would have ended up with. 1, 2, 3, 4. So my whole number is 4. I didn't get 39, so I know that there's going to be left over. I know my denominator is going to stay 8. That part will not change. But I have to figure out what the numerator should be. So I'm going to take the last number I got, 32, and subtract it from 39. Whatever the difference is, my numerator. 39 minus 32. What is 9 minus 2? Violet, what is 9 minus 2?
It is 6.
9 minus 2.
9
I mean,
minus 7. Okay. And Violet, what's 3 minus 3?
0.
0. So this is my numerator. 7. 4 and 7 out of 8, or 4 and 7/8 is my mixed number. I'm going to practice the subtraction method on this next one, just so I can practice both and you can see both a couple of times. 43 out of 10. Again, for the subtraction method, I take the numerator, 43, and I start subtracting my denominator as many times as I can. 43 minus 10. Who's able to tell me what's 43 minus 10? Kaylee, what's 43 minus 10?
$33.
33. All right, I still have a lot left in my numerator, so let me subtract again. 33 minus 10. Who can tell me what is 33 minus 10? Bella?
It is 23.
23. Okay, I still have a lot left. Let's subtract some more. 23 minus 10. What's 23 minus 10? Kylie?
13.
13. Oh, we're getting close, but still have some left. Let's try again. 13 minus 10. What's 13 minus 10? Kaylee, 13 minus 10 is
3.
3. Okay. So remember, your whole number is however many times you were able to subtract. So you're just counting the subtraction signs. 1, 2, 3, 4. My whole number is 4. Your denominator will not change. So since it was 10, my denominator is still 10. Your numerator is whatever you had left. Alexa, how much did we have left?
3.
3.
Oh,
My mixed
and
number is 4 and 3 out of 10.
so is it like if you have to subtract your numerator and your denominator, and then the number that you get, you subtract it with 10, and then you keep on going until you
Well,
get that?
it's not always with 10. It just depends on what your denominator is. So since it was 10 this time, that's what I'm subtracting. This other time it was 5. You just keep subtracting the denominator over and over and over until you can't do it anymore.
Okay, thank you.
So it's not always the same number. It's just whatever number they give you for a denominator, whether it's 8, 10, 5, 3, 2, 6, whatever it is. You keep subtracting that same number until you can't subtract it anymore. Then you can use it to make your mixed number. Okay, let's do one more of each. One more of the number song one, then one more of the subtraction. Okay, 21 out of 4, 21 fourths. Let's use the number song one. I'm going to write my 4 song, and I'm going to stop when I either get to 21 or I go past it. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and I stop. My numerator is 21, so I've gone too far. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. We add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups. My whole number is 5. The biggest number I got was 20. So I'm going to take 20 and I'm going to subtract it from my numerator. 21 minus 20. Who can tell me what is 21 minus 20? What would I have left? Bella, what would I have left?
1.
1. My denominator stays the same. It was 4 earlier, it's going to be 4 now. My numerator is going to be whatever I have left over. Numerator is 1. 5 and 1 out of 4. Okay, we'll do this one subtraction. That way we can get practice with. 29 out of 12, or 29 twelfths. Take a look at my denominator. My denominator is 12, so that's what I'm going to be subtracting. I'm going to subtract it as many times as I can. 29 minus 12. Now, since 12 is a 2-digit number, I'm going to go step by step here. 9 minus 2. What is 9 minus 2? Ezekiel?
Could you say it again?
What is 9 minus 2?
7.
7. What is 2 minus 1, Ezekiel?
1.
Okay, 1. Ezekiel, can I subtract another 12?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do it again. Minus 12. What's 7 minus 2?
5.
5. And what's 1 minus 1?
0.
0. Okay, do I have enough to subtract 12 again?
No.
No. Okay, so that's as much as I can subtract. Okay. Who can tell me how many times was I able to subtract 12? Kylie.
Only
2.
2 times. 1, 2. So my whole number is 2. My denominator was 12 before, so it's going to stay 12. But what's my numerator now? How much was I left with after all my subtraction? I had how much left over? Bella?
5.
5. So my answer should be 2 and 5 out of 12.